Hello, hi everyone. Today in this class, we will see about creating macro variables by using proc-SQL procedure, and also we will see about how to call macros using multiple ampersand signs. Okay, so if anybody is watching this video for the first time, this is our day 5 macros class. Okay, so if you are new to macros, please refer to our previous classes. Okay, so in this class, main thing we will see is the concept on creating macro variables using proc-SQL. How can we do that? Earlier we have seen how to create macro variables by using %let, and also we have seen how to create macro variables by using calls input, right? Okay, it's the same procedure. Okay, proc-SQL procedure is same. Okay, let's write and take an example. Proc-SQL. Okay, and what I want to do is, first let's write a basic proc-SQL procedure to print the SAS help.class dataset name variable. Okay, how can I do that? Select, let's give name. From which dataset? From SAS help.class. SAS help.class. Okay, and quit. Okay, this is our basic SQL procedure, right? Let's execute this. See, now I got name variable values got printed in my result by using basic SQL procedure. Whenever if we want to create by using any procedure, if we want to create macros, the basic rule is first we need to know the syntax or the program for the work that we are doing. Okay, that is the basic rule. So here, now for this I want to create a macro. How can I do that? By using SQL procedure, I want to create a macro here. So for that, what I will do is everything same, but here name into, here I will use into. Okay, what this into will do? Stores the value of one or more columns for use later in the another proc-SQL query or SAS statement. So now I am using here proc-SQL, into, use the colon and assign the macro variable name that you want to give. See, for example, here I am giving the macro variable name as test. Okay, so this is my macro variable name. Okay, so now let's create this macro first. But basically I see here it created a macro, but I don't need the result to be printed, right? So for that, what we will do, let's use no print option. Okay, so it won't print in the results. Okay, now I have created a macro, and then now what I want to do is I want to call this macro test. So how we call the macro if I don't want to print the result? So let's give %put. Okay, what this %put will do? Writes text or macro variable information to the SAS log. Okay, so %put ampersand, what is my macro variable name? Test is my macro variable name. Let's execute this. See, now what I got? It gave me the first name value from the SAS help.class, which is the Alfred, because here I have specified name. So it just gave me only the first name. Okay, see, if I want all the names, then I have to give, see, next to my macro name, macro variable name, give separated by assign any sign. If you can assign any sign. So here I am assigning comma. Okay, so let's execute this. Now I will get all the values which will be separated by comma. Okay, I have created a macro. Okay, separated see, here now all the values are separated by comma. Okay, if you want to give space after each value, you can specify that here. See, now I want to give space after comma in between each value. See, let's execute this. See, now I got space after each comma value. If you want to give space also after before comma, you can give that. Let's execute this. See, now I got all the name variable values that are present in the name variable in the SAS help.class. Okay, if you want to perform any calculations by using this proc SQL procedure in the macros, you can do that. See, for example, now let's take the same example. Now what I want to do is, I want to know the maximum age of age age in this SAS help.class students. How can I do that means? So for that I don't need to give this separated by, because I want to know the maximum age that is present in this SAS help.class in the age variable. So here my macro name is test1. So here also let's give test1 and let's execute this. See, what is the maximum age that I have in the SAS help.class age variable? 16 is the maximum age. If you want to know minimum age, you can know that. See, minimum age. What is the minimum age? 11 is the minimum age. Okay, if you want to know the mean, you can know that mean of age. Let's execute it. See, now here I got the mean value for the age variable values. Okay, like this we can create the macros by using proc SQL procedure. Okay, see, for example, here we have created all the names which is separated by the comma in this test variable, right? See, for example, if you want to create each value into different variables. See, for example, I have overall 16 values in the name variable, right? So now I want to assign it for each value. I want to assign each macro variable. How can I do that means? Let's copy the same. See, now for each value I want to assign each variable. Okay, so for that, see here, let's take this name into x as my variable, macro variable name. Okay, and here also I'm taking it as x. Okay, but now what I want to do is I want to assign each data value for this name variable each one macro variable value. So for that, see, for example, here I am taking x12. Okay, use colon x, how many values? Overall x19 values. Okay, so by this way I will be able to print whatever the data value that I wanted. See, for example, specifically I wanted the 10th person's name. Okay, how can I get that? By this way I can get that, right? See, let's execute it. So now I want x10, that means 10th person's name in the SAS help.class name variable data value. How can I get that? Let's execute it. See, who is the 10th person? John is the 10th person. Okay, see, for example, now I need 5th person. Let's execute this. See, Henry is the 5th person. Okay, if I want to know who is the 19th person, I can know it. Let's execute it. See, William is the 19th person. So like this, by using colon, we can assign each data value with the each macro variable name. Okay, so like this we can create the macros by using the proc_SQL procedures. Okay, so the next one is, what is the next concept that we discussed today? Calling macros by using multiple ampersand signs. See, for example, let's create a macro by using %let. Okay, %let. Here I am creating a macro a equal to test. Okay, and I'm creating another macro called %let ampersand a equal to let's give x, y, z. Okay, these are my values. So when I call this, see, when I call this by using %put, I want to call ampersand a. Okay, what will be my value if I call ampersand a? Whether this a or this a. See, let's execute it. So when I call ampersand a, just a, I will get test, right? See, let's execute it first. See, for when I call this ampersand a, what is my value? Test, right? See, now if I call %put ampersand a, now what will be my value? Let's execute this. Now I have used here double ampersand. See, still my value is test only. Now what I will do is I will give another ampersand. Let's execute this. Now what is my value? X, Y, Z. Why? Because when I have given two ampersands, so whenever there is multiple ampersands, it resolves two ampersands to the 1 ampersand value. Okay, see, when I give this 2 ampersand values, it will consider it as 1 ampersand value, because if there is multiple ampersands, 2 ampersands will be resolved to the 1 ampersand. That means it will consider 2 ampersands as the 1 ampersand. So when I given here 2 ampersands, I got the same value, which is test. Okay, because it is resolved to just 1 ampersand. Okay, now when I give here another extra ampersand, which is ampersand a. Okay, now here what happens is ampersand a got resolved to ampersand of ampersand a, because 2 ampersands will be resolved to 1 ampersand. Okay, and now what will be my answer? So here when I put ampersand of ampersand a, here my variable name is ampersand a. So I am calling ampersand of ampersand a. So I got here XYZ. See, for example, now I am calling %put, okay, %put let's take like ampersand a equal to ampersand of a. Now what I will get my answer when I execute this? I will get test equal to XYZ, right? Let's check it. Let's see it. Now let's execute this. See, now I got test equal to xyz because the first ampersand a, which is this value, got resolved to test, and the another ampersand or ampersand a got resolved to ampersand of ampersand a, which is xyz. Okay, so like this, if we have multiple ampersands, it will be resolved to the so that means 2 ampersands will be resolved to the 1. See, for example, here I have 4 ampersands. Okay, let's check the value now when I have 4 ampersands. See, when I have 4 ampersands, my value is test because at first 2 ampersands will be resolved to 1 ampersand. Again, we have 2 ampersands. Those 2 ampersands will be resolved to 1 ampersand, and it just left with the 1 ampersand a. Let's take another example for this multiple ampersand. See, here I am taking now percent let, okay, fmt equal to, I am taking abc, okay, and I am creating another value called percent let x equal to 1, and I am creating another variable called percent let fmt1 equal to abc 1. Okay, and again I am creating another variable called percent let abc1 equal to cba1. Okay, so here now what I will do is, let's create all these macro variables. Okay, now here what I will do is, I will call the macro percent put. Let's take ampersand fmt, okay, fmt and ampersand x. Okay, now if I execute this, what will be my value? Now it should give me abc1. Okay, it will substitute ampersand x with the 1 value and ampersand fmt with the abc value. Let's execute this. See, here I got abc1. Okay, so now if I give in this place ampersand fmt1, now what will be my answer? Let's execute this. See, now my value is abc1 1, because here for the ampersand fmt1 what I have given abc1, but instead of giving fmt1, what if I give ampersand of fmt1? Okay, now what it will do? Let's execute and see my result. Now I have taken 3 ampersand signs here, ampersand fmt ampersand x. Okay, let's execute this now. See, now my value is cba1. What is that cba1? I got this value because at first it got resolved to this ampersand fmt got resolved to what value? abc, right? And this ampersand x got resolved to c. Let's write it down. I have these 2 ampersands left, and what happened here now? Ampersand fmt got resolved to, what is the ampersand fmt? abc. Okay, abc. and what is the ampersand x value? 1. Okay, ABC 1. So it got resolved to ampersand ABC 1. Okay, now I have ampersand of ABC 1. So these two ampersands will get resolved to 1 ampersand, right? So ampersand of ABC 1 is what? CBA, right? So that's what my end result. So my end result is CBA 1. Is that what I got there? Let's check it now. See, CBA 1. Okay. So like this, 2 ampersands will resolve to the 1 ampersand. Okay. See, for example, here I have ampersand FMT. Let's take another ampersand over here. Okay. Let's execute it and see what will be my value. See, what is my value here? ABC1. Earlier, when I give 3 ampersands, my value was CBA1. But when I took 4 ampersands, what is my value? ABC1, because at first these 2 ampersands got resolved to 1 ampersand, and again these 2 ampersands got resolved to another ampersand. See, like this we can use this multiple ampersand sign concept. Okay, so by here we have finished our all day 5 macro classes, and if there is any macro classes or any concepts based on the macros that comes in future, we can add on to this classes. Okay, so thank you all, take care, bye bye. If you have any questions, leave your questions in the comment box. Thank you, bye bye.